And now watch the speeds as we approach turn 1. Do we get to the 400? Yes, there it is! 401 top speed! Welcome to the season finale of our kart season 2000, which, as in real life, leads us back to California, where we race at the California Speedway, the 4th and final oval of the season, and it will be the fastest oval of the season, as well as we see speeds up towards 400 kph today. In real life, it was an all-Brazilian podium with Fittipaldi, Olat Moreno and Gil de Ferran, who took the championship win with that third place finish. It was a chaotic race that spanned over 2 days. As Saturday, the race had to be red flagged due to rain after some laps, and they moved it to the Sunday, when still the race saw only a handful finishers, with only the top 5 finishing on the lead lap. All others, Bartas and Marquez, didn't even see the checkered flag. For us, the goal is to finish in the top 3 of the championship, as Moreno did in real life, and do whatever is necessary today. However, a win would pretty much guarantee that. It is going to be a tough job though, as Moreno only started this race from P20, but these low grid positions have done us well lately, especially at Laguna Seca and Adelaide. So now, without further ado, it is time to go racing one final time in this Kart 2000 Championship. Well, and here we are rolling towards the line, as the 2x2 formation is now forming. Blundell stays an awful lot back, but I don't want to overtake him there. As the green flag's out, and we're racing 125 laps, exactly half the distance as they did in real life, which was a 500-mile race, obviously. As there's a bit of an hold-up into the first turn, Michel Jourdain Jr. round our outside says, well, thank you very much, don't mind if I do. I was a bit careful there going through the banking, or going on the banking. Yeah, trying to get a feel how the car behaves around these corners here. As I said, very, very quick trick, the quickest on the calendar. And there you see it now, 390. Do we get to the 400? No, we don't, because I chicken out of it. We gained 3 positions on the opening lap, despite that hold-up that was there on the inside line, when no one dared to go for the outside. But then, here they are, 3 wide. We take the high line. I'm already getting a bit more confident there, a second time through it. Again, I must tell you, we have the buck in the top left, where it counts the completed laps and not the lap that we are actually in. So we start lap 3, even though it says lap 2 in the top left. And still, we're side by side with a lot of cars there. Mauricio Gugelmin, our teammate Adrian Fernandez is in there. Michel Jourdain, who had that great start, is now holding us up a bit. There is just enough space there on the right side to go high through the final turn. We make it past all of them, except our teammate Fernandez, but we're getting a good run on him as well. But now we are facing the challenge that we are now not in any sort of slipstream anymore from anybody. So there goes Fernandez back through. We stay high, and we move past. And now look what it is doing to us, not having the slipstream, because there is already a gap to the next group of cars.
2 lengths back. Is 2 lengths back.
Well, actually, I was proven wrong there immediately, as there's some car that dropped back from that battle. Lost a bit of speed there out of the final corner the lap earlier. I know, it's one of the Team Green cars. Dario Franchitti, please don't cause any trouble for us. This time around, he's still on our inside. But that is an easy move completed, as I must say, I have never felt that comfortable on an oval and that confident on an oval all time this season. Here, we instantly click with that circuit, and it's showing. 6 laps completed, already 9 positions gained. The next 2 are just ahead of us, and they're in a battle of their own. And if we are lucky, we can again get 2 positions for 1 move. Here we go, past Castroneves. Well, we think, so he gets the slipstream from the car ahead, so we have to drop behind for a second. And again, I choose the high line. And that's another move completed, and immediately we duck in the slipstream of the next car. We're already in the top 10. And that is Paul Tracy in the other Team Green car. Oh, I'm a bit slow in corner exit, but I'm very early on the power. And this time I also don't slide in the exit, which was an issue on all the other oval races that we've done so far. And this time we even managed to get it down the inside of Tracy. So, yet another move completed, and up to P9 we are with 8 laps of 125 completed. Well, I'm telling you, this is going to be a race that sees a lot of pit stops as we are approaching the next group of cars. This has taken us a bit longer because this time really it was a struggle to get away from Tracy and Castroneves without the slipstream, but slowly we're catching up to them again, and all we need is for them to get a bit of a slower exit out of one of those corners, and as soon as we are close enough to get some draft from one of the cars ahead, then that should put us into the fight for, this might even be the podium already. Oh, Oriol Servia again, just as in Gateway, he spins out backwards into the wall, and this is the first caution of the day. And interestingly, just 3 or 4 laps before we would have had to come in anyway. So I guess as soon as the pits open, which should be next lap or the lap after that, I think everybody will come into the pit lane to not run out of fuel. Yeah, we had that at Pocono where a lot of cars ran out of fuel. Today, no such thing happens. Pits are open now, and now watch how everybody will come in, and then it's down to a pit crew to do a good job now. We opted, or I opt, not to change tyres this time around. I think all of the AI will, and I hope that this will give us a bit of an advantage at the restart. Well, actually, 1 car stayed out, and I think it was Alex Tagliani. So everybody's in. And there we go, we stop on our marks, and let's hope our pit crew does a good job. So only fuel's going in. I hope to keep some temperature in the tyres, otherwise they would have been ice cold. So it's a bit of a gamble. There is no degradation so far. So I guess we can afford to only change tyres this or next pit stop. There will be at least 4 pit stops, that is. Of course there are 4 tyres. As we're out, we're in P10, which I think is okay. It was only Alex Tagliani who stayed out for some reason. And I wonder if he was in the pits very early because of some damage or something, because surely he must have run out of fuel by now, or, well, immediately after the pace car comes in again. And as we are crossing the line now, we get the information that the race will be restarted at the end of this one. Careful not to run in the back of Brian Hertam. The man that took us out of competition at Pocono, when we would have had the chance to fight for the win, and probably one of the most costly races this season. Of course, Gateway, this was my own fault though. Pocono, we could have had a good result with Montoya and De Ferran out of the picture then. But, well, ever since then, I think we were out of the championship running. But we are very much in the running, especially now with that full course yellow and the good start that we got for that P3 in the championship. And there goes the green flag. And for a change, it isn't even a poor restart. All of the things that we've been struggling with at ovals, they seem to go right just here. Oh, there's someone low. Oh, it's Oriel Serbia. I think he's just coming out of the pits because he got the damage fixed. He is multiple laps down, but from our own experience, we can say it doesn't matter on an oval because attrition rates are so high, as Paul Tracy is trying to get back ahead of us. So, after all, not the greatest of restarts, as I'm still trying to find my own rhythm. But here we're getting close to Tracy. No, Tracy has just passed us. Herta was the car ahead. And we even have to stay behind Tracy now for the moment. Oh, what am I doing? Come on, speed up. And my beloved high line was not available there. Oh, though it is, I have to lift. Eyes tense now. Side by side across the line we go. We're trying to stay in the slipstream of Tracy and hope that he doesn't go further down the inside and give Herta the slipstream. Again, high line. Herta has the advantage at the beginning of the corner, but then I think we can be early on the throttle, but Herta, again, stays ahead. So we have to wait even longer. But there we go now. This should be it. But I get a bit too high then. Oh dear. Where is all that confidence gone? And now we're being challenged by Cristiano D'Amata, and I just realized where all the performance had gone. I was still in fuel save mode that I put the car in during caution, and immediately there is a lot more oomph in that engine, and we passed D'Amata effortlessly, and then it is Brian Herta. Well, at least I hope so. And now watch the speeds as we approach turn 1. Do we get to the 400? Yes, there it is, 401 top speed. We broke that 400 kph barrier. And to celebrate that, we make 1.5 passes. Make that 3 passes, 3 wide. We go into the final corner, and we make it stick and hunt past the leading group of cars, as we're now in P6, and the next group really are the race leaders. For now, we have to defend from the guys in our slipstream. As Carpentier gets past briefly, but we immediately repass him. And now, let's challenge for the race lead.
1 length back. 2 lengths back. Rapid behind. One low. Clear now.
And now we are right with them. In the previous lap, you saw it. I broke my own speed record, 407 kph we were doing at the end of last lap. This time we don't get above the 400, but we are right in a battle for the race lead, and they all go low. They all kind of tangle or, well, trip over each other. Christian Fittipaldi was pretty slow there on the inside, and they all tried to duck behind him, and that allowed us to go past all of them on the outside line. Oh, the Ferran is slow, and can he brag also? For the first time this race, we cross the finish line in first as we start lap 34. And let's try and stay in that lead. Below us, there is Fittipaldi trying to go for a move. Well, he doesn't find a way past. And now we were kind of managing that lead, already starting to lap some of the back markers. And that's even made us able to break the slipstream. So we are running pretty lonely now in P1 as the second round of pit stops is approaching quickly. We need a bit above 6 liters of fuel per lap. So I decide to come in at the end of this one, lap 42. So I think this is still within the maybe 4 or 5 pit stops maybe we even need. Well, it depends on how the racing goes. But this time I will come in, or at least I will try to. Now this would be perfect because we then just get out of the way from the back markers, but I'm late on the brakes. Oh, I tried to save it, I'm on the grass and I can't get the car turned back into the pit lane and I crash heavy into the pit wall. We lose the front right tire and that is me blowing this race, or do I? I tried to get back into the pit lane, of course, full cause yellow is out. I turn around, well, not in the safest way possible. 4 seconds away from disqualification there. So I'll try to get that car fixed. At least I'm in the pit now. But more bad news on the horizon. I was furious with myself because that was just stupid. I tried to go in there too quickly. Should have taken more speed out. I risked too much. I think that was my pit crew that I just passed, but there was no sign for me to hold. So, yeah, I went past them now, but I think they wouldn't have done anything anyway. So I decided that, well, I have to go for another lap and then try again. And to hope that at the reduced speeds that we will actually be able to make it round once more, because the car might still be going somewhat. But then, on the end of the back straight, look at the bottom right. We're about to run out of fuel. I'm not gonna make it. I have to retire. And this is especially frustrating because this race, it was pretty much ours. We had the pace. We were dominating as much as you can dominate on an oval. But then the engine goes silent and our season ends just as it started, with a retirement at California. But still, let's look at the race result. Our teammate Adrian Fernandez takes his first win of the season, a lap ahead of everybody. And then P12, Norberto Fontana, he was 4 laps down and he was the last car that finished. So even had that worked with the pit stop, we might have scored some points there today. But yeah, it was not to be. And again, I mean, the first 2 oval races were very chaotic because of the AI. But then Gateway, we were actually doing okay, and then I binned it, and today, well, again, I should have won, but I put it into the pit wall, and I only got myself to blame. So, yeah, let's look at the championship result then. Juan Pablo Montoya, we already knew that ahead of the race, wins the championship ahead of Gilles de Ferran and Michael Andretti. And, yeah, 14 points behind our target that I set myself after it was clear that we weren't going to win the championship anymore. Yeah, we still finished 6th, and that looks worse than the season actually was. We won 2 races, we finished 4 times on the podium, but then again we also retired 4 times, and 3 of them it was my fault. So, yeah, I guess this is what broke our neck in the end. But there are at least 2 positives then in the Nations and Engine Cups for us. Brazil win it out of Colombia, 30 points lead. Of course, Colombia only had 1 driver and still managed to finish 2nd. But still, we contributed to that win for Brazil with Roberto Moreno. And also a decider here in the final round in the Engine Cups. Ford and Toyota went into this race absolutely equal on points. Nobody even leading on countback with the exact same number of wins. But Ford now took it with Adrian Fernandez winning. We also contributed to that championship with our 2 wins at Laguna Seca and at Cleveland. And that has been it with the Kart 2000 Championship Series. I hope you did enjoy this series. If so, leave a like and subscribe to not miss what I have coming next for you. And this is absolutely amazing, and I'm very happy with the results because you voted that the next season, in 2 weeks' time, will be the Le Mans Endurance Series 2005, and I'm so much looking forward to this. So subscribe to not miss that, and I hope to see you all then. And all that's left for me to say now is goodbye.